Oi, oi, welcome to the podcast. This is episode 29 of An Earful Podcast, and it is with CALLMEAMOUR. I was not here for this, so once again, I'm jumping on the intro. If you can't tell, Lon and Matty got the opportunity to talk to every band, and I'm actually with Lon right now. Due to coronavirus, enjoy Skype's shitty quality. Hi, Lon.
This is a beautiful way to make an introduction.
It was a mouthful, that, wasn't it?
Shite Skype and crappy internet connection.
Yeah.
How you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm not bad. How was the CALLMEAMOUR episode? How was the chat?
Do you know what? They're really nice guys. We talk all about how Harry went from Yashin, as he was one of the front guys of Yashin, over to this new project. Talks about what the best ways and like the best band etiquette and networking. We talk all about horror films, and me and Harry agree with the best technique to not look at a screen whilst the horror film's on, so it looks like you're watching it, but you're not watching it. But we'll talk more about that in a tiny bit. And we talk all about pet peeves. But you'll find out all of that out when you actually listen to the podcast.
Sick. Okay, thanks. If you're interested in why this sounds so shit, I've just moved into a new house, so it's very echoey, and we're using Skype, so enjoy the shitty content you're going to have for the next couple of weeks because coronavirus.
It makes you sound like a news correspondent.
And if you'd like to get in touch, An Earful Podcast on all our socials. Cheers, mate.
Enjoy.
Greetings and welcome to the podcast.
All right. So we are backstage at Manchester Academy, the giant building again, and we're joined here by Jeff from CALLMEAMOUR. Yep. How's it going, fella?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Very good.
So we've just seen you play your set tonight in Manchester.
Yep.
Absolutely killed it.
Thank you very much.
Pretty damn good.
Thank you.
How's the tour been so far?
Tour's been unbelievable. So much better than I expected. Just the audience for a first band on.
Yeah.
You don't expect too much. There's people still coming in as well through the front door. But I mean, the crowds are coming so quickly, and we played to like a decent crowd. And the reception we've had, I think you can see in the first sort of minute they're a bit like, don't know who these are. But then it literally takes two songs, and they're so involved in it. So it's been incredible so far.
Yeah, I always think that's the best thing in terms of like when you go to a show and then the first band you have absolutely no clue about, but then you absolutely kill it. Like, shit! And then obviously that's where naturally where you get fans from it.
It's rewarding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the massive perks, isn't it, of the support slot. I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I think the longer you do band shit for, I think the more you begin to appreciate the support slot rather than the headline.
Yeah, and I believe in that definitely, mate.
Yeah. I think that comes with like obviously small venues and shit. You look kind of like, oh, we'll do headline. You don't want to do headline.
By the time you get around to it, we're like, fuck that.
Earlier the better. I mean, you can load your shit out, you can have a drink, you can enjoy yourself, and then just watch everyone
we've got
else.
all night just to sit back and do fuck all. Watch the bands who are great, and it's ideal situation.
So how's the tour been with New Year's Day so far?
How's the tour been with New Year's Day?
Yeah.
Good. They're a great bunch of people. Do you want to talk as well? Sorry. So it's been so far the tour has been, with New Year's Day's been really good. They're a great bunch of people. They're so polite. So you don't get that with every sort of headlining band that you go on tour with. They can be a bit in the background or in their own room whilst you're doing your thing and not come to watch. But they've been really good. As have Lowlives have been fucking incredible lads. Like they look after us. Just great bunch of lads.
Yeah, nice fellas on there. We spoke to them before.
Yeah.
And we saw Harry before as well.
Put your phone down, you.
So we think there's a burning question of where does the band name come from?
The band name comes from Harry's favourite song, I believe, is "Call Me Out" by Paul Simon.
Right. Yeah.
Good choice.
Which he has lyrics tattooed on his arm as well. And I think one of his mother is an English professor. So he was always surrounded by English words, well-spoken words, and amour was one word that stuck with him, one of his favourite words. So it just rolled into one, I think. I mean, he's there, so is that true?
Sorry,
I'm just saying, is that true? Like,
that was right on. I came in, I burst into. I'm just running in, interrupting and ruining interviews. I did it, so I'm sorry about that before.
It's all right.
I was running. I went downstairs, ran into a Lowlives room, like clunking like a big buffalo down the hallway. Sorry about that.
I'll plug the other mic in.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, so how did the band come together in the first place?
So Jeff used to play in a band called Jacoby years and years ago before I was did anything with Yashin or anything like that before my music career. I always loved that band so much. I always rated him as a songwriter. So when Yashin kind of ended and I went traveling for like a couple of years just around the world and stuff. Eventually just missed music and I wanted to start a band, and the first person I wanted to just do it was Jeff, just because he's actually a big part of my musical kind of I don't know, inspiration, and even when I was in Yashin I'd always ask his opinion on things and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how it came about. It was me and Jeff, and then Danny played drums in Son of Dork with James Bourne from Busted. Yeah. And I knew him because when I did a solo tour, one of his bands came and supported, so I rated him as a drummer. That's how it came together, pretty much. And then Brian played bass in my solo stuff between when I was doing Yashin, so always loved him as a bass player.
Sweet.
That was pretty much it.
So how does songwriting work with you guys? Obviously every band has its preference. Is it that two of you get in a room, or is it the whole band jams it out? Or?
I think we've finally got to a place now where there's a
good formula for it.
Yeah,
now.
Jeff will kind of bring the skeleton of the song.
Yeah,
and then we'll all pitch in, but he'll bring the initial idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it works better like that, because sometimes you can sit in a room for hours and hours and come up with fuck all.
Yeah.
And you get frustrated, you get writer's block, and you just sit there staring at each other and decide to go home. So the way we found it works best is if I go home and I'll track stuff on a computer, and then bring the idea to the rehearsal room.
Yeah.
Play it through and see if it's worth following up. Everyone agrees that, yeah, it's great. So we start adding bits to it, and you'll always see changes from looking at the demo, sort of, yeah, I think we should go there instead of there. So from the skeleton, everyone adds their own sort of parts to it, and it develops into a song. It does take a while, but I think it takes less time than if we were sat in a room just jamming, which is what some bands do. It doesn't work for me, that, I don't think.
I feel like there is like the dangerous level with it though, in there, because our preference is to then sit down, demo it, and then go from where with it. But I think there's always the fear of there's like demoitis, where you kind of like put too much thought into the demo.
Oh God, yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, we've gone too far.
Yeah,
And I think it's knowing where to stop, and then if you go into a studio and working somewhere else, then they either give that feedback, and then
it's good to have the time to reflect on the demo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That does happen, I think. I'll send the demo over to Harry, and he'll listen to it and say, that's great, mate, follow it up, do this. Put ideas forward, and then it'll get through to the stage where all four are in a room.
Yeah.
And it'll develop from there. But I think personally, it's definitely the way it works best.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So you've released your new single recently. How's the response been?
Well, we've only released 2 songs. But the response has been, considering we're a brand new band and we've gone,
I do that all the time.
My day, I'm sorry. I was just talking. I was just looking at the roof, just talking with the mic just down by my knee. I'm sorry. Yeah, considering we're a brand new band, we've only done 2 tours, and one of them was in December with Dinosaur Pileup, and then obviously this one. So we've had our first single, which was Tourniquet, and then our second single, which is Deeper, but the response now is way better because everyone's discovering our music. 'Cause before it was just kind of just putting it out there, and it was anyone that knew Yashin listened to it. But now there's all these people from the Dinosaur Pileup tour and this tour who don't even know about Yashin or anything like that. They're just like, who the heck are you guys? And this is awesome. Where's new music? So we. Yeah.
The first band on and take it, the reception we get.
Yeah, this tour I don't really think about Yashin at all anymore. The last one I did because a lot of people were mentioned it, but now I don't even think about it anymore. I just feel that this is a brand new band, brand new chapter, and that's the past now. I think that we can stand alone definitely from these performances because
How big was the gap between this project and Yashin?
I think it was like I left. Well, we broke up about 3 years ago. That was our last.
Yeah.
That was our farewell shows, like 3 years ago, I think.
Was
Enough in the place we're playing tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, that was what. Yeah, we're playing the Garage main room tomorrow. That's where we. That was our last headline show.
Did you miss obviously the band atmosphere, that band vibe, like when you was out of being a band, or is it
Not really, man. I when I left Yash, and that was definitely the time I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to run the name into the ground either, and just tour just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So just went away and did my own thing, started some businesses, and then went traveling. Then when I started to miss it, I let it happen organically. But I remember watching my friends play and like Warped Tour and stuff like that. And I was just like, don't miss it, don't want to do it. And then I don't know. I just needed to come full circle, which I have now.
I think it's the same with us, wasn't it? Yeah. Where
we took a break for a while, and then you go watching other bands, and you're like, man, I wish I was back up on that stage. Yeah.
So what's your guys' band called?
Oxbloods.
Oxbloods.
Yeah.
Are you based in Manchester?
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah. Cool.
We're a Mang band.
So, have you been over to the US and toured?
No, this is our second ever tour.
Just your second tour, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
so it's pretty. Yeah, we did the Dinosaur Pile-Up tour, main support to them.
Yeah,
on their sold out Celebrity Mansions tour in December, and
yeah.
now it's February, so it's like we've done our first ever 2 tours.
That's amazing.
And they've been so good. Like I just
leveled up massively.
Yeah, it's like even the performances like these last night in London. That's one of my favorite shows I've ever done of all time. Like, and I've obviously played to way more people in huge festivals and stuff like that, but it's not about that. That was just so I like. That's what I missed and love. It's hard to get that feeling, it's when everything lines up, the crowd, the atmosphere, the people, the music, the performance. It just lined up, and I was just like, oh, there's nothing better.
Yeah.
So.
Would you say that's your favourite part of being in a band? The touring, the playing it live, the playing it in front of people?
Definitely live. I'm a performance guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I like listening to the songs and recording, but I do it for being on stage for sure.
I feel that's very much the sense of that all your hard work has come to, like, it has that benefit, like you said before. It's all come full circle.
Yeah.
But you finally put all that work, time and hard work into recording a song and thinking about what you want to do.
Once you get it out there and play it to people, for you get that excitement when you get a song and you play it together in a room with your band, and you're so like, oh, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And then to go on stage and play it in front of the audience so far in this tour, and they love it as well. It's just like the best feeling ever.
Not many people realize how much obviously we do to make these songs happen and shows happen. They think, they've just gone in a room, rehearsed, and come on and played. But like, obviously, we know how.
Yeah, totally.
There's so much stuff behind it. so much money, so much time. So yeah, to come out, that's why it's my favorite, because it's. I guess you just feel like, I don't know, you're giving the songs a life. It's what you've been behind the scenes doing it, and then you put it out to the world, and it's a life now, kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of naivety when it comes to like new bands where they don't realise everything that's needed to be done to kind of get where you need to be with it. Like, they don't think of the PR, they don't think of the type of networking. I think that's one thing that a lot of people forget about, that
I agree.
They put their music and their band into the world, but then they're not willing to kind of make the effort to connect with people who probably help them further down the line. And
I agree. Or they don't know how to.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, one of the massive perks that we've had on this podcast is we've managed to speak to people who we definitely never thought we'd actually have the ability to have a conversation with.
Yeah.
But yet, it's opened them doors, and it's made us able to like connect and have an actual decent conversation rather than just being like an interview type of vibe with it. Yeah. I think that's a big difference with a podcast anyway.
You realise how much of a big world it actually is, because like I said, when you start off a band, you're like, oh man, we're just going to go play a few gigs, get signed, it'll all be good. Yeah. It's not like that.
Yeah, there's so much more involved in it. So.
I think everyone thinks it's the Paramore vibe when they first start. It's like, oh, we'll get signed at 16, it's fine, doesn't matter.
Yeah, totally.
It's fine.
I'm gonna be a rock star, mom. Yeah, no, that's interesting that you guys do that as well. I guess that's a really quick way to learn the cliff notes of what to do as well. I get you guys interviewing bands that you wouldn't normally get to speak to. I guess that's really cool.
I think it's getting past the whole thing of everyone, oh shit, that's that guy from that band or something like that. But then you instantly get past that because at the end of the day, everyone's human. You have the ability to make a fucking conversation.
100%. But don't get me wrong, there are some actual assholes out there. But it's good that you guys have all had nice experiences.
I think we've been lucky so far.
Yeah,
so far. Our old band was called Trap Snow, and we supported the Main in Preston.
Oh yeah.
And swear to God, they were the nicest guys on the planet. Yeah. How old was we? We was about 19, right? So we turned up and was in the dressing room. And it was John, the singer of the Main, who came literally even before we put our guitars down and went, "Hi, I'm John. If you need anything, come to us. If you get bored, come in our dressing room. We'll have a conversation." It was
super nice.
Holy fucking shit, it's that guy.
Yeah.
And
that's the best, man.
I think it's setting an example, isn't it? Really?
And you'll find that those are the happiest people that the people that aren't happy or think that they should be bigger or think that the people should be paying more attention or being bowing down when they come in. They're the ones that are normally the assholes. But the people who are super nice like that are the ones that are, they feel they don't have anything to prove. That they're just doing it for the love of it. There's no bad vibes.
You've hit the nail on the head though, because that actually happened as well, didn't it? At Academy 3, where we were spotting Taking Haley.
Oh shit! Yeah. Inhaler.
Taking Haley.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was years ago.
But they were
dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
Sorry. You didn't say it.
I'll let you say it. That's fine.
I'll say it. They were dicks. They were floppy dicks. Fucking assholes. Why are you like that? Yeah. But no, I had the exact same experience that you did when we went with when Yashin did our first tour with Papa Roach, and they're my favorite band ever. Yeah. Infest was one of the first albums I bought, and I remember us arriving in Switzerland, and I was sat on the stairs. It was like a picturesque moment, like the sun was down on the stairs. His arm squeezes my shoulder. He goes, "What's up, man? I'm Jacoby Shaddix," and I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I know who you are. I'm Harry. How's it going?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm really excited to have you on these shows. If you want anything, just exactly the same experience that you had."
I think, like I said, I think setting that example with younger bands than you is probably the best way of going about it, because we've played local shows, and you always when you're when the lesser known type of bands, and they all sit when they've all got setting up their equipment. It's all little tribes in front of the venue, in front of the stage. Yeah. No one speaks to each other. Mm-hmm. No one says hello. You may get a great show, but you know that they've not seen your show, and it's just it's just a passing comment. It's oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't really be like that. You should be able to go over and go, "Hey, I'm this guy." Yeah. There shouldn't be that barrier when it comes to it, because at the end of the day, you're all doing the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
So what's next for the band this year then?
We have to record, because music out there. It's what everyone's saying, but after we play a show, they either say it to us, or because they're instantly looking for our music, or we get it the next day. Yeah. Just saying, why do you guys only have 2 songs? It's because we've only done 2 tours. So we have to get in the studio, record an EP, and just get some music out there before, to keep this, this hype going that we've built.
We had planned to record, but it wasn't as urgent as it is now.
Yeah, it's just now it's fucking hell. Yeah, this has just made it more urgent.
Yeah, supply and demand though.
Yeah,
it's there. Get it done, and then
that's that. Better get on with it.
So definitely getting going in the studio in York as soon as possible, and then either try and do another support tour, or if not, we'll do our first ever kind of a couple headline shows. I don't know, maybe Glasgow, London, and Birmingham or something like that.
So when you do the supports for obviously bands like Dinosaur Pile Up and New Year's Day, what's your approach to it? Is it that it's essentially you go through a company to go through a company, or is it people you previously known from say Yashin? Or
so it's exactly it can go a bunch of ways, but normally the way that you get tours is by having an agent, but booking agencies, but obviously with Yashin, I've known a lot of people through the years and stuff like that, so it can line up like that, or line up in different other ways. But eventually the route to do is tour as much as you can, get as big as you can in your area locally, and then I'd suggest maybe show swapping with another band that's just as big as you in another city, and grow it like that. But all these bands that are doing what they're doing are only doing what they're doing because they have a booking agent, and you need an agent to tour. They're the ones that get you the festivals and all that sort of stuff.
I think that's another massive misconception, isn't it? Where bands email fuck, I don't know, say Foo Fighters, like, please let us support your venue.
It doesn't work like that.
No, it just doesn't work like that
at
all.
At all. Although unless networking is key.
Yeah.
Again, it really is. But no, agents do everything. The bands might put the to them, but agents and management, people forget, like when you get to this kind of, the level that New Year's Day are and all that, it's a business.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a business. And you have to trust the people that do those businesses, the agents, the managers, the labels. So they're the ones that sign you and want to take you to the next level, so they can't sign you and take you to the next level and go, no, we want to take these bands on tour and release the record this way. You know what I mean? Like, because they just be like, all right, well, you crack on in your garage then, and we won't help you.
So we have 2 segments we ask every guest that we've had on this. So the first one is pet peeves. So the rule is you pick something that pisses you off. It can be whatever you want, so it doesn't have to be music or horror films like we do. It can literally be any topic. You rant about it, we discuss it, and we go from there.
Just dive straight in.
Pet peeve.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Pet peeves.
That's so many.
That's the best
Jeff's
bit.
really sensitive. He gets irritated about a lot of things.
I think one of my biggest peeves, I mean, this isn't directed at you at all.
You could have chosen anything in the world. Any fire? Cheers, mate. Sail me down the river. Leave me in the trenches
It's
taking
just
grenades.
when you're talking to somebody and you're telling them...
Me?
No, I didn't say. I said don't take this personally. No, you say you're getting all sensitive already. If I'm talking to somebody, say, and you could go on for, I don't know, 5 minutes and look up and they're just on the phone doing this. And then texting, they're just fucking listening, and then you go, did you hear any of that? And like, yeah, sorry, yeah, go on. And then you do it again.
Oh, so just people basically just looking at their
Just
phone while they're talking to
completely,
you.
well, it doesn't have to be the phone, it's just ignoring
you entirely.
You know, if anyone...
I do that. I do that a lot.
We'll take it personally then. It is directed at you, mate. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, just even not on the phone, it's just anything. Like, if somebody came up to me and started talking to me, then be polite and just talk back to them.
I'll do better.
So what's your opinion with phones at gigs then?
Sorry?
What's your opinion with phones at gigs?
Phones at gigs?
Phones at gigs, yeah.
Yeah, people have phones if you were playing.
I don't mind it, because they're just trying to get a memory of their good night out. Seeing a band they love. If there's a phone up...
No, what if they're playing like Candy Crush?
Well, then they can fuck off. That's different. But if somebody's got their phone up, there was a few people at the front there with their phones out tonight, and for me, that's like, they're loving it that much that they want to take a bit of that home with them. I love it.
Like I said tonight on stage, like we're the generation of all of this new technology, and we're the ones that are learning how to use it and limit it and all this stuff. But you naturally kind of find it out by yourself. Like I remember when I used to film every cool moment, like always, then I realized I wish I fucking paid attention to it a little more and watched it a little more. But that just comes with you know what I mean? So I think everyone will we have to grow and learn and let people get on with it. I was at dinner with someone the other day, and they're like, one of their questions was, if you could go back in time now, would you? And I was like, no, because I kind of like the person that I am now and the things that have happened. And then they go, well, would you go back in time knowing everything that you know now and keeping the knowledge and go back? And I was like, yes, 100%. What? That's basically the point. The point was you need to let people do that. Like you can't. You need to let people go through their journey to learn. You can tell people all that you want, like wisdom, but most people 9 times out of 10 are going to do what they want when they want, how they feel. Even if you're giving them the correct information and life lessons. So what I'm saying is, I let people be and do what they're doing if they're not, because they'll learn by themselves. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, learn from your mistakes.
You know what? I should have just said that instead of sounding really philosophical.
You strung that out for 5 minutes.
That's a quick summary of that 5 minutes.
You're a proletariat. Sorry for your mistakes.
Just edit out the past 5 minutes.
Just edit that out and put his answer in there.
Just made it a bit, yeah.
We'll just do like a 10-second interlude
just
with like
slip all
lift
that
music
out.
on it, and then bring it to it. Just like
But yeah, the point is, that as in like they'll let them do it because eventually they'll learn. Yeah, because there's no point telling them don't do it. I know some people do that. Artists like they'll lock up people's phones before shows. Like it happens with stand-up comedians. I think Dave Chappelle did it. Wouldn't let people have their phones and stuff.
Jack White does it as well, does it? Yeah, Jack White. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Let people do what they want to do.
I think I had the epiphany with phones, like gigs, when back many years ago when I went watching Oliver Bridge, and I was like a huge Oliver Bridge fan at that point. So then I remember filming like my favourite song by him at that point, and then I realised, oh fuck, I'm looking at my phone, but I'm not actually looking at the stage where they're actually playing right in front of me. And I was like, I'm putting my phone down.
Yeah.
And
then that was it.
Two sides of it, I think, definitely.
Yeah. And the second main question.
So we've not had your pet peeve yet.
Oh shit, we've not.
Because you fucking talk too much. Try and keep this one to like less than 5 minutes.
That'll. I don't really. I like everything and everyone.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Spread it, guys. I can't really think of anything, so we'll move on.
Yeah.
No, good.
Just a long list. We'll have one episode just for that.
It's not a pet peeve, but when anyone makes a mistake on stage, I do something called the death stare, and I can't help it. It's been known for ages in all the bands I play, and I'll just go like. I'll just fucking it just enrages me. I'm like, why have we been practicing for as long as we have if you're gonna fuck it up? And I can't help it. It's an instant reaction.
Everybody does it, but you know you shouldn't do it.
I know I shouldn't do it. Yeah, because it looks bad. But I think in my head, I'll make him know that I'm looking at him on stage and he's gonna feel stupid. And he'll be like, I don't want to fuck up ever again to get the death stare. So that'll be my pet peeve. I guess.
Our old guitarist used to be like that. Well, the other guitarist, I am the guitarist, but like the other guitarist is like, if there was ever a fuck up on stage, is that you'd look to your left and be there, give you the demon eyes.
Yeah, it's just like,
We'll talk later.
We'll talk later.
So the second question is, the other part of this podcast is horror film related. So
I was looking at your t-shirt just then.
Yeah, I'm loving the Nightmare on Elm Street t-shirt.
Really cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Hell on Shirts if you're looking for one. It's a company called Hell on Shirts.
Hell on Shirts.
It is.
Oh, that's cool. I'm probably gonna buy that exact one. Sorry.
So find that one.
Stealing your style, bro.
Oh, there's an Evil Dead one coming out next month. I think.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Which
good.
I'm like on it. So what's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, I'm a fucking massive horror film, but
Here we go.
You're a massive horror film.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Depending on how drunk on stage I am, that's true. But
I am the film.
no, I love horror films. I do. I love scary films, but I love every kind of like slasher film or. But I've always I'm part of this Facebook horror group.
Cool. What's it called?
It's where I live in the Isle of Man. It's only like a small.
Oh, I was gonna say there's loads of different ones. Yeah.
And they're all discussing their favorite horror films, and I put mine forward as purely for the fact that it's the only film I've ever watched that made me think I shouldn't have fucking watched that. And I tried to watch it in a hotel room the other night with Brian, the bass player, and we watched a little bit, and even he was just like, "Oh, fucking turn that off."
Was it scary?
Well, not scary. It's nothing to do with scary. It's just. It's fucking
See, Hills of Eyes vibes and stuff like that. I can't.
Oh, this is even close to that.
Sake of it, like
disgusting.
What is it? What's it called?
It's called Mordom. It's like
never heard of
August Underground is the trilogy. There's three like a series of 3 films, and it's all handheld, and it's by a guy called, I think his name is Burt Vogel. He's like a special effects professor or something.
Right,
he's really good at it. So he made this film as like a first person sort of film. He's a serial killer, and he's followed around by his sister and his sister's boyfriend. They torture people like in the most ruthless ways, and I'm talking like they cut a girl open while she's tied up and pull her inside. But it's all so graphic, it's fucking ridiculous. Pull her inside out, and then the brother fucks the wound. And they make a guy cut his cock over the pair of scissors, but honestly it looks so real. That's why I thought
I'll give it a go.
It turns out that Burt Vogel, he was taking this film to like some horror festival in Canada in a van full of CDs. He got pulled over by the police, and
He thought it was
arrested
snuff film
because he thought it was a
or
snuff film. Yeah.
Jesus.
shit.
But there's 3 films that I'm sure he's done more, but they're the August Underground's, Mordom. I can't remember the other 2, but they're
That's savage, bro.
they're fucking ruthless. They're horrible films to watch. But that's why it was. Evil Dead's probably my favorite film.
Yes.
That's just
Or
as gory.
American Werewolf. I love that film because it was. But I mean, yeah, Mordom for the fact that it made me like think, what the fuck have I just eaten?
There's a new one that's like that, and it's called The House That Jack Built with. I can't remember who was in it, but it's about a serial killer, and it's from his perspective of being a serial killer and what it's like, and the different like emotions he goes through.
Like a low budget film, or
no, it's like an indie film, yeah, but it's pretty good budget to it. It's not like, but I don't know, it's pretty gory though in parts, but it's fucked up though. Just the psychology behind it is yeah.
I haven't seen Midsummer yet, but that's not in a gory way. It's supposed to be creepy as fuck.
Yeah, see, so he likes all that crazy messed up.
No, I like that
stuff.
kind of shit. Free creepy
Midsummer.
stuff.
I watched that in the cinema. So Midsummer is the new film from the guy that did Hereditary.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have seen Midsummer in the cinema. Did you watch it in the?
I didn't watch it in the cinema. I saw it afterwards. Well, actually, correction. I saw a clip of it on Facebook whilst I was at work, like scrolling through.
Okay. So you know that movie needs to be seen in the cinema. Because there's so much messed up layers to that film, like with the sound that they try to make you they try to do audio hallucinations to mess with you that have nothing to do with the movie, and then there's layers in the film of that they hide things in the movie, like not subliminal messaging in terms of it like flashing up, but like things that your brain will be like, that looks like a girl with a hose shoved down her mouth in the trees, like weird stuff, and also they make like corners of the screen just wave like you're on acid or drugs, that's like, so that really messed me up because I walked out the film because it immerses you in the cinema because you're in blackness. I walked out of the film like literally my dog just died. I was like, I have nothing left to give this world. It sucked everything out of me. Like, so I wasn't particularly scared. I was just so disturbed by it. So that's I like films like that because it's not. It really runs you through so many emotions. Yeah. So I like that. I do, so I like things like that. Hereditary's a bit messed up as well. But
would you say that's your favorite scary movie then?
No, that's a really hard question.
I like The Grudge.
I'm scared of everything, man. I found The Fourth Kind really scary. I don't know if you've seen that. But obviously I've seen all the Conjurings. They're pretty good. I remember when I first saw The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That was pretty scary. What's the one that Ryan Reynolds was in? Amityville. See, I saw those when I was really young.
Amityville Horror?
Yeah, that was pretty scary for me. So, no, the one with Ryan Reynolds was in.
Was he in that one?
That's must be a remake. Amityville was in.
Yeah, I think there was a remake in that one. 2005.
But no, I remember the first. I don't know, Hellraiser. That freaked me out when I was a kid. Yeah. And obviously Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare. That scared me as well. But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. I didn't want to fucking sleep when I first ever saw that.
I fucking love the concept in that.
Yeah, it's
just
great. Scary.
Just how bizarre it was. Like you had Halloween.
Yeah. So how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Okay. So when did you see that film?
I saw it probably when we used to sleep at our mates, and he used to bring the entirety of fucking Blockbuster with him, and he'd like
horror movies, just a selection.
So how old were you when you saw it?
So we was probably about 15.
Yeah, about 14, I was literally like 10 when I was watching those films. So they really, really disturbed me.
See, I had that experience with The Exorcist when I was 11.
Yeah,
so I was like,
you know when you see things,
you
know when you see things that you know you shouldn't see, like your body's almost telling you you're too fucking young.
Yeah,
like that's when I started watching horror films. So yeah,
I always watched horror films when I was a kid.
Oh really?
That's
probably why you're so messed up, Jeff.
Yeah, it's gone on to snuff videos and shit like that.
Seriously, it's a dark, deep slope.
I don't think I get affected by seeing shit like that because some people come to me with a video and say, "Oh, check this video," and somebody's just fucking blown their own head off. And I just watch it and like, oh.
Yeah,
nice.
Well,
it's weird how desensitized you come to that stuff.
Yeah, it fucking frightens me.
I'm the same. Like you see stuff like on Facebook, and like a guy's missing a limb and he's on the side of the road, and you're like, "Fuck, man, that's brutal." But then when it comes to like spot popping videos on Facebook where they're popping pimples and like all that stuff, I'm like, nah, I can't.
The best was when we were recording. This is like about 5 years ago. I had like a blood blister, like massive one at the bottom of the foot. And we was like, the entire band was staying in this caravan for 2 weeks, so it was getting quite cozy. So then, like, I was like, right, I'm just gonna have to cut it out. I'm just gonna have to like actually cut it open, stick a tissue on it, and get on with it.
I've never done that before. What actually happens?
It just goes out. It's just like, so I was about to do it. Like, nope, and he was like, just
no, don't do it.
Full of, I was reminded of Elm Street with where I live from my missus. She, like, when we like put the bins out, the alleyway at the back looks like the alleyway from the first Elm Street film. Joey comes down and puts like his like claw against the wall and goes down. I'm like, nope, I'm going in after I put these bins.
But when you watch those first movies, did you actually have the experience of like, I can't fucking sleep because I don't want to sleep?
Because you constantly you're thinking about it.
Yeah,
it's
you like
not
stress yourself out. Like I was like thinking like I wouldn't be able to be in this room by myself. I'd think that I'd make stories up in my head about the closet, like the fucking cliche of the closet. I think he's like, I literally couldn't sleep. It stressed me out so much. So I stayed away from horror films for ages. And talking of this, I'll tell this story. This is fucking amazing story. Everyone laughs me for it. So I stayed away from them because I watched them too young. You know? Yeah. And then one time this girl, when I was an adult, she's like, oh, let's go to the cinema for a date. I was like, yeah, sure, let's go to the cinema. What do you want to see? She's like, I want to see the new Evil Dead. I'm like, all right, sure, let's go see that. I haven't seen a horror film in ages. Sat down with this girl, like the first jump scene, which isn't that bad, like happens. I'm like, fuck! Everyone in the cinema laughs at me, and I'm just like, and she laughs at me. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I can't deal with this. I had sweaty hands, so I was just like, I can't sit through this whole movie. It was like the first 5 minutes, so I just stared at the corner of the roof of the cinema for the entire film. I just fucking did that for the entire film, just like, jump again. I just stared at her.
He was impressed.
Yeah, because she was jumping, and she's like, why were you so scared at the beginning? I'm like, I don't know, I was just kidding around.
I had that trait, not joking, until about 2-3 years ago.
Oh, really? She did it as well?
I'll look at the corner of the TV, so it looks like I'm looking at the TV.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking at the TV.
Yes, bro. Give me the fist bump. There we go.
Because at least I know that they go and go, why are you not looking at it? You should be looking at the TV. I'll be like, no, I'm fine.
It's
just like, that scene,
She could have asked me anything or said anything. She could have said there was a freaking zebra that came over and saved the day. I'm like, that zebra was awesome, wasn't it? It was good. I didn't know anything that happened.
I think it's the whole thing because of the sound. It's not even what's on the screen. It's the fucking sound.
Agreed.
That comes with it.
The sound. I
Let's
agree.
turn everything up by 10 dB. Make them shit themselves when if something pops up.
Well, going back to it, that's like a bigger picture within horror, because if you didn't have that sound behind it, it wouldn't be as scary. Like I had the experience of Halloween's my favourite horror film, so watching that at home, like obviously I never got the chance to see it in cinemas when it came out back in the 70s. So watching it at home, obviously, it's like pretty scary in that, but when I went to the cinemas and when I watched it on like they put them back onto the cinemas and you can go watch it. There was an interview with John Carpenter and that it was like a whole different experience because you hear things that you don't usually hear.
That's why you should watch horror films. I completely agree. That's why I think cinema will never kind of die, because it is like, oh god, it's so dark.
What's your favourite Evil Dead film then?
The first one, Evil Dead.
Yes, I agree with that.
100%. I just think it's fucking messed up. I love the girl in the I can't remember her name. Been that long since I've seen it. They throw her in the cellar, don't they?
Yeah.
And she starts punching, trying to like bang.
Yeah, it's just the face looking.
Just with the pencil in the girl's ankle, and all the cracks start to appear when he's looking at her.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's the hacking bit when he like acts his like girlfriend to bits,
and
it's just like frothing and fucking
horrible.
Yeah,
the eyeball dissolving and shit like that. Yeah, I love that.
So yours is Halloween. What's yours?
Elm Street.
Oh, it is Elm Street.
Yeah, it is.
And you saw that when you were 11?
No, I saw Exorcist when I was 11, 15. So 15 when 15. I saw Elm Street.
But you could sleep. Were you fine then?
I was kind of like, that was sick, but fucked up at the same time. So I was kind of like,
I wasn't like that.
I was definitely not like that when it came to The Exorcist.
Right. That's fucked up. I watch at 11.
That is fucked.
Yeah, at 11, yeah.
Because at the same time, it was like, what, 2006? It was like The Exorcist maze was like the thing at that point. So it was kind of like, I'll watch The Exorcist. It's fine. Yeah, it's good. I was like, afterwards, like, nah, fuck that. Like, worst idea ever. And then it was like, as a laugh when I was in college, me and my mate was like, let's watch it again, but watching surround sound. And then there's them bits when the subliminal parts like pop up, like when she's in the kitchen and stuff like that, and you're like, oh shit, never saw that. What the fuck is that?
There was one time when I was in boarding school, and like me and my buddy snuck downstairs to like the kind of TV seating area to watch The Ring, and I don't know if you remember Ed Forbes, and he the ring was on, and he fucking forgot that the remote was like next to. He put it down next to him. He like obviously moved. And then the fucking screen went to white noise, and we just was fucking out of there. I was like, "Fuck this!" I'm like, look at Matt hanging out with Samar. He was out of there as well, man. I've never seen him move so fast.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, that's everything.
Cool. Thanks a lot, guys.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you
Thanks a
very
lot.
That's that. Cheers, guys.
Talking with you.
Top man. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was episode 29 of An Earful Podcast. I bet you forgot about the shitty Skype quality we have, and you're probably not even listening to this right now.
If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to check out all the other episodes we've already done, 28 to be in fact, on whatever podcasting platform you listen to us on already. And if you enjoyed it that much, why don't you spread the word? Talk about it on Facebook, talk about it on Instagram, maybe even Twitter. But you could also share the special links that you can find on YouTube, which we also need to pick up on because we've been very lazy with it recently. But otherwise than that, make sure you do spread the word. Let us know if you're listening. Post it in your stories, all that magic. I'm going to stop talking now, pass you back over to Matt.
We're going to have some fun stuff coming up. Maybe. I don't know, I'm not making any promises. I fall through on a lot of things, just like the YouTube that Lun's talked about. You're isolating, so what else you doing? Listen to him, enjoy, go listen to the other episodes. Thanks.